Come on. Completely ignored the hitbox. Maybe I should just try this on easy and try to learn the enemies. I have some pretty interesting gimmicks I haven't learned yet. Let's just go another route. That route is annoying. Just projectile spam non-stop. I don't want to be frustrated tonight. I already tell that was not a good idea. Just go the normal route. Maybe once they make that credit hack again, I'll try. How's it going? I'm doing better today.
Perfect.
Yeah!
up. There is no story, which is a good thing, because I just beat Bayonetta 3 and that game has a fucking dreadful story. I don't want to watch any cutscenes. I just want to play a game. There's no mini-games, there's no cutscenes. It's just gameplay. Video games used to be. Thank goodness there's still games like this. I actually play it and not just watch a movie. And the movie also has a shit plot, so it's like no redeeming qualities. Story in that game is dumb. I don't want to talk about it too much because some people still care. Less cutscenes I watch for a while, the better. I try to give stories a chance, but when I keep getting games like Bayonetta 3 and Tales of Arise, I just regret my decision. It's a repeat problem with me. Like, I try to give stories a chance, but lately, last couple story-based games I played, I'm just like, yeah, I should have just skipped that shit. Take a torch to those cutscenes. Tales of Arise, especially, at least Bayonetta 3 was over in like 9 hours. Wasn't too bad. Relatively inoffensive. Is my mic not on? Oh, my mic is on. Okay. I had it off earlier. I don't know, it's been a repeat problem with me in my games I've been playing. It's just like, story is garbage. Story is garbage. I just question why I wasted my time watching these cutscenes. Tales of Arise was worse because story just shat the bed at the end. And it took you like 40 hours to get there, so that's worse. That's like watching like all the Star Wars movies and then some. All the Star Wars movies and the spin-offs, and then just having the story go to shit. That's about what the equivalent of a JRPG is these days, 40 hours. It's a good, like, 12 Marvel movies. A good dozen or so. Might be. Might be. There's some strong words there. Copium. You might pull something stupid in that as well. I couldn't stand that game, the first one though. That game was just so dreadfully boring. The kid was so obnoxious too. I wanted that kid to like just turn mute, like Colette in Tales of Symphonia. Just stop talking. The kid was so obnoxious, and he couldn't skip the cutscenes. Like, dude, Kratos sucks. He's a shitty character. He has no redeeming qualities. I don't fucking care about him. The combat was just like one note, flat and boring. Felt like he just spent more time walking than actually playing. I got a couple hours into that, I'm like, man, this game sucks. At least for me, I didn't like it. Couldn't care less about the new one. Won't be hard to have a better story than Bayonetta 3, but you never know. They might pull something stupid. People were so excited about The Last of Us 2. The story in that game everybody hated with a passion. That's all that game has is stories. Nothing else interesting about it. I'd rather just watch a movie. At least movies are over faster. You watch a shit movie, it's like 2 hours. Even like the shortest story-based video games are still like 10 hours or less. 6 to 10 hours. It's like the equivalent of watching like 3 movies. I think that's what's worse about video games becoming more story-based, is way more invested, because it takes longer. It takes longer than watching a movie, but then even the games that are like nothing gameplay-wise, you still have to interact with them, right? You can't just sit there and watch. A movie is essentially an unskippable cutscene that you're watching because you want to. I'm glad that games are getting better stories. There's definitely some games with amazing stories out there, but a lot of them I just feel like you guys don't even have good writing. Like, I'd rather have less of a story focus and more on the gameplay. Unless you're gonna get somebody to write it that actually knows how to write a story. That's my experience, because I gave Tales of Arise a chance, I gave Bayo 3 a chance, and it's just like, you know what, I would have just been better off not watching a single cutscene in that game. Either of those games. But that's what's weird about video games trying to be more story focused. Is like, writing is still pretty crappy most of the time. It just takes you a lot longer to get to the story because, you know, there's a whole game. There's a whole game in between. It's not like a movie where you can just kind of turn your brain off and like half focus. You still have to play the game. Bayonetta 3 had a lot of cutscenes, but the story didn't really warrant it. Didn't even really have... I think the biggest sin with that game is it didn't even have, like... didn't really have cool motion-captured fight scenes. It felt like... I can say this without spoiling it, anything in the game, but... It felt like... They wrote themselves into a corner. Going through what they went through with, it's like Dragon Ball GT. You have a character that can fight, like, literal gods. He's killed, like, multiple gods already. How do you make it more exciting? You can't, really. Because you're playing a character that even in, like, realism of a video game is still, like, super overpowered. Like, there's just not a lot you can do to really escalate it. And you can tell that they were out of ideas, because even the cutscenes weren't even interesting to watch. It wasn't even like, you know, a kung fu movie has, like, pretty much thrown together story. It's just a vehicle for dudes to beat each other up, which is fun to watch. You know, it's like this game I'm playing right now. That's fine. At least there's still, like, good choreography and fight scenes to look forward to. It felt like in Bayo 3, it didn't even have that. Like, most of the time, she barely really showed any of her strength in that game at all. It was mostly just stand there and shoot. Weird. Wasn't anything like DMC4. That game had a trash story too. It was still worth watching the cutscenes. The story was painfully obvious from the start. You know, it still had good, like, mocap fight scenes. It was worth watching. I couldn't really say the same for Bayonetta 3. Like, they're just, like, out of ideas. I mean, that was pretty much why Dragon Ball GT exists. Because they just made a protagonist that's just so overpowered. You could take, like, most video game and anime protagonists simultaneously. You're, like, ridiculously overpowered. That's the whole reason they did that. It's just like, we don't have anywhere else to go. Like, how much more can be escalated? I can't directly answer that question because it would be spoilers. DMC5 didn't have a great story either. I liked the message of it. It was something that I could relate to. DMC5's story was basically like, you know, don't let your family destroy each other. You know, if you have power over it, don't let them destroy each other over petty shit. Family is family. I really like that message because I've had issues in my family in the past. I could relate to it. The problem with it is it was way too predictable. I think B was very underused as a character. I don't know, it's just shitty writing to, like, say, like, we want a new character. We want a new character so people can get interested in the series and learn about it. You know, not have so much baggage from knowing the mythos in the previous games, but it's just Virgil. It's just Virgil. It's a stupid idea to do that. It was cool to use it as a vehicle to show, like, Virgil's human side. Where, you know, he has he has doubts and anxieties and shit just like a normal person does, but they didn't want to compromise the character too much. It was cool to show that, but V should have been like his own character. I think making him just Virgil is wasteful, because a lot of people really like V. They might not like how he plays, but they like his design and his personality. It's kind of stupid. DMC5 has a good story, it just has poor execution. And it felt like a Hollywood movie in ways because they fucking spoiled the entire game in the trailers. Like, I remember when the trailer with Urizen came out, people actually like slowed down his voice, they lowered the pitch, and they could tell that it was Dan Southworth. And they're not going to bring Dan Southworth back again for a character that has no relation to Virgil. So it's obvious. It was already obvious as it was. They weren't going to be stupid enough to do like what Bayonetta is doing and just have like ass-pull characters come out of nowhere that are suddenly giving Bayonetta problems. I mean, you have to do that for there to be like some kind of conflict, you know, to get the story to start. But it was obvious. It was painfully obvious that it was Virgil from like the instant that you saw him. But then what really confirmed it was that people slowed down his voice from the trailer, and it's just the Virgil voice. It's just the Virgil voice distorted. I'm like, alright, well, that's like the main big plot twist, and it was already figured out before the game even came out. It was very predictable. It has a nice message. It was a nice presentation and stuff. The cutscenes were really nice to watch. I'd say, even though that you could probably, like a third grader could probably predict that story, it was still okay, I guess. I just think that they had some wasted opportunities. I think they did a good job passing the torch to Nero, and they didn't just like kill off Dante and Virgil. I think that would have been an ass pull, like, you know, some other super broken alien just comes down and kills them. That didn't happen. They can still use Dante and Virgil, but they really did a good job giving Nero like his own identity, because in the first game, DMC4, he had like a fraction of... DMC4 is a really weird game because Nero is better designed than Dante, even though he has like barely any options, and that's just because they designed the enemies around Nero. Dante can, like, he has to struggle to beat certain enemies in that game. They designed every enemy around Nero when they were making the game. And, like, Dante, despite having all those options, he's a way deeper character than Virgil. He just can't deal with some of those enemies. It's, like, really hard for him. Whereas in 5, I think that they did a better job. Except for V, but V just sucks in general. Fighting bosses with him was awful. I have a feeling that I don't think the game was rushed. I think what actually happened with DMC5 is maybe they didn't always want V to be related to Dante. They didn't want him to be part of the Sparta family. Maybe at some point he was going to be like somebody else, or maybe related in a different way. But then they decided on that. They locked that down, and they're like, well, we don't want to give this guy too many moves if he's never going to come back. But he definitely sucked to play. It was a bad idea. He should have been his own character. It's like, why would you make a new character that, you know, newcomers like? He's more accessible to play. I think he's garbage to play, but a lot of beginners liked him, and that was the whole purpose of him, so people could try the games and not have to have, like, 500 APM super cyborg sweaty shit going on. That's a cool idea. But when you just make him the human side of a more popular character, it just defeats the purpose. What are they gonna do in the next one? Are they gonna like pull a Kingdom Hearts and say like, oh well, he is his own person now? They kind of have to. The playstyle didn't resonate very well with people, but people like the character. I thought Viola in the new one was insufferable, but at least she was her own character. She wasn't like half of Bayonetta or some shit. That was better, I think. Some stage. Yeah, even if he used Royal Guard, he could like barely handle a lot of those enemies. No, Poison is transgender.
Perfect.
They just kind of gloss over it now because it's a touchy subject. They made that decision like back in the 80s. You know, things were a lot less acceptable for people that were trans back then. So kind of just gloss over it. But that's the official. I don't know. Poison is whatever you want her to be. Whatever you want her to be, it doesn't matter. It's not like Final Fight story even makes any sense at this point. Street Fighter story is a mess, and Street Fighter and Final Fight are in the same universe. They still are. Final Fight's original title was Street Fighter 89. And it's always been part of the Street Fighter universe. Street Fighter's in this weird spot where they're like actually trying to make the characters age, but the problem with that is the characters were all born in like the 50s and 60s because they were like in their early to mid 20s back in like 91. So they should all be like 60 now. They're trying to age them up for some reason, even though it makes no sense because there's like social media and smartphones and shit in the games now. Street Fighter V is kind of a mess with that too. I think Ryu's official birth date is like 1965, so he should be like 60 by now. Pushing 60. They're like trying to make him older, but then they also have to like age up the technology and shit too. The unique problem with shit like Scooby-Doo has, we do that in like Scooby-Doo and stuff too, Batman and everything, but you know, they have like different versions of those characters and stuff. Yeah, this difficulty is called Muso mode. Difficulty is called Muso mode, so like the bosses and the enemies are like doubled. Pacing is pretty bad, but I'm kind of trying to get better at the game. Won't play through all of it tonight, I'll get really exhausted, but... Good fight. Good fight. Very good fight. Fuck. That extent. Not extend to level up. Far from an extend. Not gonna get another extend for like 70,000 points. Nice iframes. Oh, come on. That fist has a really long, lingering hitbox. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not getting pissed off. I'm trying to just as I go. Definitely playing a lot worse. Playing a lot worse than I was at the beginning. to the side.
One more goblin.
One life lost. Close to an extend. Close to an extend. Go uptown. I don't like industrial area. Industrial area sucks in the real final fight, so... Rider or Rangers? That's kind of a heated question. It used to be Power Rangers had better fight scenes than Super Sentai, but it kind of stopped being a thing. They wanted to focus on getting more attractive people that could act better instead of the martial artists that couldn't act, but could, you know, they could do a fight scene with no stuntman. I hear the new season Dino Fury, which I haven't watched yet. Some pretty good unmorphed fight scenes. Yeah, the fight scenes took a really big decline when Disney bought the franchise. They got people that have like actually had acting gigs before. It's not like their first acting gig ever, which is what the early Power Ranger stuff was. They were just looking for people who could pass as teenagers at least. You know, be like 19 or like 22 or something, and still pass as a teenager, and like not be completely dreadful acting-wise, but they needed them to be able to do the stunts because Power Rangers was shot on a shoestring budget. The Disney era came in. It was like, well, we can get people that actually act now. A lot of them had been in stuff before, but it's at the cost of the fight scenes. Those people could not carry a fight scene by themselves. If they did any fight scenes where they were morphed, they would always obscure their face because the stunt people are doing all of it. The stunt people are doing like all the work. It's painfully obvious if you go back and watch the Disney seasons. You can come to know, like those people could not really throw a punch or anything at all. They could act a lot better, but I felt like for me, you know, because it's not actually them in the suits, it never has been. Even in the old days when they had like actual gymnasts and martial artists and shit on the show, like, it was never them in the suits, it's always it was more believable that it was them in the suits when they could actually fight without transforming. And I felt like when they went to the Disney era, it's like, we're just gonna get attractive people that can act, and you know, we don't really care if they can actually do a fight scene or not. It became a lot less believable, for me at least. Or that, or a couple of the more recent seasons where they had people who could fight. But they didn't let them do stunts anyway. It's wasted. That's the thing. Also, they did some really bad whitewashing with Power Rangers Samurai. Is like that's based on Shinkenger, which is like the most Japanese Sentai season. You can't really work around it, right? Like a lot of times in Power Rangers, they turn the series into like something completely different from a Sentai. Like Power Rangers, Dino Thunder, and Op Ranger are like completely different shows. They have like nothing in common. With Power Rangers Samurai, they just got a white guy to be the Red Ranger. It's like there's never been a Red Ranger of Asian descent before, which is weird. You think that would have been the perfect time to do it because you have source material. You literally can't avoid. I mean, the characters, the Rangers have like kanji on their heads and shit. You can't get around it. But they tried to Americanize it and whitewash it as much as they could. A lot of people were really pissed about that. Like, he had a chance to... Power Rangers supposed to be about diversity, right? Supposed to be about cultures and stuff that don't get represented in American media that much. You have a series about samurai, and you literally can't get around it. It's like everything. Incredible amount of Japanese imagery and stuff about their culture and stuff. You can teach kids about that, and even make it even more educational. But no, they just got a white guy to do it. And then what's worse is, the guy that they got for the Red Ranger, he could actually do fight scenes, but they didn't let him. It's like such a train wreck. You could have redeemed yourself somewhat to let the guy actually fight, but they didn't. Wasted potential. That guy was in, I forget what it was called, Warrior Showdown, which was like that History Channel type thing that they do, where they take like warriors from different times and cultures and stuff, and they try to figure out who would win. Like, he was doing a lot of stuff like that before he was on Power Rangers. It's kind of like when they replaced the original Power Rangers, Jason, Trudy, and Zack. They tried their best to like get people that could fight. Obviously, we got Johnny Young Bosch from that. He was one of the best martial artists to ever be on the show. But then they had Aisha's actor who couldn't really act or fight. She was just kind of there. She was a shitty replacement for Trini. Trini had a lot of chemistry with the other people in the cast, but she could actually fight as well. Aisha had like no personality. Actor couldn't fight. They were like scrambling to get anybody to be on that show at that point. Half the Rangers walked out and walked off set. They got tired of the sweatshop hours and like fast food tier pay. That's the weirdest thing. How often has that happened? Like, literally half the cast walks off. Only Power Rangers is like the only thing I can think of. They all just stopped showing up. They just left. Rocky's actor was a good martial artist too. I don't think he was pretty good, but the problem was the writing for him was bad. They kind of just didn't want him to replace Tommy, so he was the Red Ranger, but he did like nothing. He could fight at least. But even as a kid, I'm like, this guy is just not as good as Jason. He's way worse. Alright, I'm gonna set up the switch. That's not the point, Sage. The point is that uh, they did the best they could. They were in a very unique situation where half the people working on the show just left. They just walked off. They walked off set and they didn't come back. The fact that the replacements were as good as they were was pretty good. Aisha was a shitty replacement for Trini. I'm not even talking about the fighting ability in real life. More like they didn't know what to do with her. It was just Trini, but it was just Kimberly, but black. She had like no personality. The only thing I can remember about her is that she liked shopping. So she was basically just Kimberly, but black. Uh, I can't imagine being in that position though, where you're half the cast just walks off, and your show is like crazy popular, so you can't just like shut it down. They had to scramble to find replace like half the people in the main cast. It's not an easy thing to do. You got Johnny Young Bosch out of it, of course, but it must have been a nightmare. Uh, I think the problem was that they just had no time, and they didn't know how to write them. They had this problem where the Red Ranger wasn't as popular as Tommy. Tommy was way more popular, so they made him the leader. But then, like right after that, half the cast walked off. So when they got a new Red Ranger, they thought that kids would be pissed if they made him the leader. So even though he's the Red Ranger, he does like nothing. He just stands there. It wasn't until Power Rangers Zeo where Rocky actually had a character. No, they don't even try anymore. The Disney seasons, they kind of just they got people who actually they got people who could actually act, and they still looked attractive. So that was enough for Disney. But I felt like the fight scenes took a massive dump at that point. Like it's kind of like that new Iron Fist that they did for Netflix. And like the biggest problem they had was that the guy playing Iron Fist couldn't fight. And it's like, well, he's playing a hero named Iron Fist. I mean, you kind of expect them to cast somebody who can at least fake it in a fight scene. But no, that guy couldn't throw a punch at all. So it bombed terribly. They canceled it after like one season. Like, it's not even like the Iron Fist character even has like a unique look or anything. He's a white guy that trained in an Asian country and got inherited powers to be like a badass martial artist. He's not like he doesn't have like a third arm or anything. Like they could have gotten anybody to play him. I watched like one episode of that back when it came out. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. Apparently, everybody else thought the same way too, because they canned that really fast. Oh, they walked off because they were working like sweatshop hours and making no money. Austin St. John basically said that he would have made more money working at McDonald's than being on Power Rangers, and it was like the most popular kid show at the time. Like it was generating so much money, but Saban is a greedy fuck and didn't want to pay them, so they walked off. They just left, gave up.
something special. Unleash it.
Be right back. Combat is better, graphics are worse, story is terrible, campaign is worse, so... Couple steps forward, that's because I hacked the Switch and I put it in... I forced it into portable mode, because this game runs like shit in dock mode. It runs really bad. It's like the best way to get the game to be playable. This game's frame rate is not very good, and I can't really run it on emulator right now. I need to get a new processor before I can do that, so this is the best I can do with this game. I know it looks really, really ugly. That's because this game runs at, like, sub-native resolution, I think. Especially when sub-native on Switch basically means it's not even HD, so... That's what sub-native resolution on Switch is. Means like 540p and shit, so... kind of impossible to make that look good. Need to try out more of the demons. Malphus isn't really too great, really. At least I haven't really seen much. I haven't seen many people using it. I got most of the stuff maxed out. Just didn't bother with the slow weapons. Slow weapons feel not great in this. I feel like they would be more viable. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe in like a speed run they're good, but just playing the game casually feels like the problem with those slow weapons is Bayonetta doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as the demons do, so it seems just straight up better to just have fast weapons. But I haven't tried all the weapons yet. They kind of give you too many of them. I still have 2 more weapons to unlock. Belby! Favorite weapons? I like the base guns. I like the yo-yo. I haven't really tried the big tower tonfa things yet. I need to unlock Alruna. That's like the next one. I might try to do that after this. Yeah. Yeah, she feels like, Viola feels like they learned nothing from Nero in DMC4, where it's like, they shove them down your throat, right? And they give you the legacy character, they give you Dante, but like, the whole game is designed around Nero, so even though they give you Dante, he doesn't really have tools to deal with a lot of the enemies. He has to fight them awkwardly, because they designed every single enemy in the bestiary to be fought with Dante, to be fought with Nero. In this game, they push Viola down your throat, and there's like not really anything that indicates that she should even be fighting, because she sucks at fighting. She constantly gets bailed out by Bayonetta, like, constantly. I don't know, they just try to push Viola on you really hard. And she has, like, no tools. You barely play as her. And then, like, in the cutscenes, they just constantly show her as incompetent. And it's like, they want her to be a new character, but she's just presented in a way where she's clumsy and useless, and she can't do anything by herself. It's a weird thing to do for a new character you're trying to push. Just make people hate playing as her. You guys learned nothing from... You guys learned nothing from DMC4.
Time for a lesson. Right on
Okay, before I talk about this anymore, I kind of have to, like... Do people care about spoilers? Care about spoilers in this amazing story that doesn't feel like it was, taken off DeviantArt without permission? Does anyone care about spoilers? Because I don't want to drive-by spoil the game for people, but... It's kind of hard to say anything more without just spoiling the game, so... This game's story is really bad anyway, so... Not like ruining a life-changing story for anybody or anything. Alright, I'll just do this. I'll post-production edit. I'll say I'm gonna talk about the Bayonetta spoilers. If anybody's lurking and they care, you can just either stop watching or mute. Okay, so here's your warning. Basically, the ending to this game is all the Bayonettas across the multiverse die, and Viola is given the title of Bayonetta. Now, there's nothing wrong with that on paper. It's just the way that she's written and portrayed in this game. She is not worthy of that title. The whole thing about Bayonetta is that she's cocky for a reason. She's kind of like a female Dante in a way, where she has, you know, the skills to back that up. She's not just like shit-talking and talking herself up. The whole point is that she's confident for a reason. She can handle things by herself. The problem with the way that Viola is portrayed is that she basically can't do anything in this game without needing help. She always gets bailed out by Bayonetta. Which is fine, you know, there's plenty of great comic relief characters in media. Like Johnny Quest and stuff. That's where the whole Race Bannon thing comes from. It's like Johnny Quest and Haji were kids. They were smart, but what are they gonna do against, like, big adults actually trying to kill them? Well, they bring in Race Bannon and he takes care of the situation. And that's fine, because they still have merit on their own right. They're not completely useless characters, it's just they didn't want kids to be like beating up adults and shit. So they made a strong adult character that could take care of the action sequences for them. The problem with Viola is this game pushes her so hard, constantly. She's not an endearing character at all, and she can't even do anything by herself. She doesn't really feel like she's independent in the game at all. If you go watch the cutscenes, you'll see what I mean. You barely play as her, but like the entire time she's weak and struggling with even like basic enemies. It's just... I feel like if they're gonna copy DMC5 and do the whole thing where, you know, the main characters are at least temporarily gone, and there's gonna be a new character to pass the torch to, do it on the second game. You don't do it in the first game. But that's the problem. They basically copied the way that DMC pushed Nero, and it wasn't really until the 5th game that it felt like he was actually powerful enough, both in his mindset and his maturity, not just his combat abilities, to take over that mantle. The problem is they try to do what DMC did in one game, and it just does not work. It doesn't work at all. Because in Nero's defense, even in DMC4, they did have the problem of like, yeah, you don't play as the main guy anymore. You play as this random kid. He could still hold his own. He still could. He wasn't like a clumsy character at all. He was brash and immature, and you could tell he really didn't have the experience to back up how cocky he was. It was mostly just the fact that, you know, he had Sparta blood in him, so he could do crazy shit. But the difference between him and Viola, even from just their first appearances, is that Nero didn't constantly need to get bailed out by Dante. He fights through a decent chunk of the game completely by himself. You know, Dante is written as a bad guy in the first half of the game. So, the way that they wrote the story, they didn't even really have room to do that kind of thing, where, you know, they could write Dante as like a Race Bannon kind of character, where it's like the new character is incompetent and incapable of dealing with threats and stuff like that, so you bring somebody else in to do it. It just doesn't work. And to make things worse, gameplay-wise, her gameplay sucks as well. It's decent start, but it's just executed poorly. The main problem with her combat, I'm not even talking about the story, the way that she's designed, the playstyle, is that she has this, right? But you have no control over it. You have to hold the button down, and the cat demon just does whatever the hell it wants. Now, the problem with that is when she brings the demon out, you have to hold the button down. You can't just put it out and queue up attacks, because the way this works is...
Finish them! Do it.
You queue up attacks.
Now infernal.
So even though I'm like this right now, you're completely vulnerable when you do this. But the way that you use Demon Slave is that you queue up attacks, you think about the attacks you want to use, and you queue them up. And then you, while the demon is out doing that, then you get out of the stance and you fight as Bayonetta. And that's what allows you to really do a lot of damage. The problem with Cheshire, Viola's demon, is that you have to hold the button down the whole time. And when you do that, you lose the sword moveset, but you also have to, like, basically use almost all the shoulder buttons and some of the face buttons at the same time. I don't know why they designed it that way, but it's incredibly clumsy. I don't know what they were thinking. It's like, you know, people have been wanting the DMC series to, like, simplify the controls without compromising the depth, because DMC controls, as great as they are, they feel like they're designed not for humans. Like fucking Goro from Mortal Kombat or something with, like, 4 arms. You need to do a lot of finger gymnastics to really play that game well. And Bayonetta does a pretty good job of, like, making you not have to do that. You can still pull off cool stuff and there's still depth, but the control scheme is a lot simpler. You can get to the combo that you want, and you can control the character, and it doesn't feel like the control scheme is designed for somebody with more than 2 arms. But then they add Viola, and it has the exact same problem. you have to hold down the button to summon the demon. The demon does not attack by itself. You also can't queue it up either. It's basically like a real cat, in that it just does whatever the hell it wants, and you have no control over it whatsoever. It's stupid. I just feel like playing as her is so awkward. It just doesn't function properly. But then the story pushes her on you so hard, and she's not really portrayed in a way that she could really be a successor at all. Not in the slightest.
If I may, dance in the flaming caress of the wind. Dad, get cookie. Right on time.
No, DMC controls are designed for, what's Goro's race in Mortal Kombat? Shokan or whatever? It's designed for them. It's weird how Bayonetta kind of has always avoided that problem with you not having to hold down like 3 buttons at once and do it in like really weird frame-perfect timings and stuff. It's a lot easier to get into, and it still has depth. But then they fucking make Viola, who's like just repeating past mistakes. Like, I don't get it. The other problem with this game you just saw there, the camera sucks. The camera is really bad in this game. The camera is one of the worst things about this game. It just can't handle having kaiju-sized allies and enemies on the screen at once while you're playing a small, human-sized character. And then what makes it worse is when there are small enemies with the big kaiju. The game will lock onto the small ones first. So you're trying to lock onto something that you can't see because they're the same size as you. And you have literal, like, Godzilla-sized monsters on the screen. The camera is terrible. They really need to fix it somehow. They tried to fix it. Basically, if the camera is facing a direction where you can't see your character, and it's obscured by one of the kaiju enemies, the game will try to make them translucent. The problem with that is you can't see what the enemy is doing. A lot of the damage in this game, it feels like it's not your fault. It feels like you took damage because you can't see what's going on. This game has a lot of flaws. I think the combat is the best it's been since 1. Bayonetta 2's combat sucked. This combat is definitely way better, but it has a whole lot of other problems. There are things that they could fix. I don't have faith that they can fix the camera. The camera is probably the worst thing about this game. The camera is just unforgivably bad. You get hit by things you can't see constantly in this game. It's really annoying. But this game got an 89 on Metacritic because it has stupid minigames and a lot of cutscenes, so clearly it's worthy.
My aquatic friend gotten off to?
I feel like they just focus tested this this game's campaign. Like, what can we put in this game that will trigger the hell out of anybody that actually plays these for the gameplay, but then, like, still get a high Metacritic score so we make more money? That's exactly what they did with this campaign. It's the most stupid, insufferable stuff. It's like, you spend so much time, like, not playing this game. You spend a lot of time just watching cutscenes and playing shitty Mario Party minigames that run at, like, 20 FPS. But it got the game, like, an 89 on Metacritic, so it worked. It's just fuck all the people that bought the first 2 games, right? Somehow you make the minigames even worse than they were before. That's already quite the accomplishment, but they managed to do it. This is the worst character action campaign since DMC4, I would say. Very... no contest. That campaign is way worse than this. But this campaign is way worse than DMC4.
That was a bit of a workout.
It looks bad right now because I'm using a program called Reverse NX. What that does is it tricks the Switch into thinking it's in portable mode. For the technical aspect of this game, the portable mode is way more stable. It runs better in portable mode for some reason. In docked mode, it runs way worse. So what I did is I've tricked the Switch. The Switch thinks I'm playing mobile right now, but I'm not. I've tricked the Switch into thinking it's in portable mode to make the game run better. But the game is like barely native resolution in the game is barely native resolution in portable mode, so it's gonna look bad, but gameplay-wise, it's better.
Run while you can! Fire!
Yeah, with Reverse NX, you can get docked mode performance in portable mode, or vice versa. So for this game, optimal performance outside of playing on an emulator, which is still kind of crappy right now because there's lots of problems with it. The best thing to do is to play this game in portable mode and overclock it. When you play in portable and you overclock it, the game actually runs pretty stable. It's a lot better overall. If you try to play this game in dock mode, it drops frames way more. Which for a game like this is not something you want. Gotta find the other Umbran tier. I don't know where it is. Maybe I'll just pull up a video. Oh, the Umbran tier, you mean? Where? Yeah, just tell me. So I gotta find them to get the second to last weapon. Okay, I don't want to go farther than that. It must be over here somewhere. Right after the angel fight. Okay. Oops. What am I supposed to do? I'm not. I hear it, but I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Alright. Wanna let me know where the third one is?
Having an outdoor recital?
Alright. Now I can continue. Where's the third one? It's gotta be before the auto-scroller, obviously. I'll just wait for your response before I continue. Mimic chess. Where is that? Is this is it here? It's like the second half of this is basically just gimmicks, so it can't be there. It has to be somewhere near. Okay, just let me know where to go. Is it near here? As soon as I get locked into an auto-scroller, it's like, well, I can't really get it at that point.
Only
Further
the
ahead.
Iron
Alright.
would be bold enough to call me Sarasita. It must have been him on Thor then, too. What in the world is he doing here? It's about time I got moved.
Johnny, there's a reason for that. I just explained this, but I'll explain it again. This game runs like shit. This game runs like shit in docked mode. Now, I do have the game running on emulator, but it doesn't run very well on my computer until I can get the processor upgrade. So the way I'm doing this is I have the game tricked into thinking it's in portable mode right now. This game, from a technical standpoint, it runs way better in portable mode. The problem is it's like got dynamic resolution scaling, and I think it's often sub-native, so it looks pretty bad. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's better to do this. So I'm doing that, and I'm also in the custom firmware mode right now, which allows me to overclock the Switch. The combination of those two things makes the game run at 60 most of the time. in most combat, most non-gimmick parts. So it's a combination of custom firmware, reverse NX to trick it into thinking it's in portable mode when it's in docked, and then the switch is overclocked. So, for gameplay, that's the best way to play this, unless your computer can run the emulator, which it can. Oh, there it is. It can run it, but when I start to record... When I start to record, it lags a lot, so it's not too useful for me, because I already have it running pretty well on the Switch with my hacks. There we go. Hi, kitty.
Settle down now, little one.
Alright. There we go. I think I did this one over here, too. I already did that one. Alright, I think we could just exit now. If not, I can just go back and get him again. I just don't want to play those stupid-ass minigames. Oh, there we go. I got it. Nice. Cool. Alright. There we go. Nice. Let's go max it out. Bayonetta 2 is terribly balanced. I think that's actually the worst Bayonetta game. Which is a shame, because there's some really nice things about that game, but the gameplay is not. The pacing is better, the colors are better, the weapons are more unique, but the combat sucks and it's balanced like shit. They just want you to use Umbran Climax all the time. They don't want you to actually, like, try to learn how to play the game. It's not worth it in that game. They force you to play one way. I think this game combat is way better. It's just playing the campaign the first time, you barely get to do any fighting. You're doing so many stupid mini-games. power weapon. Yeah, I don't like slow weapons. I don't know how viable they are in this game, really. It's like, Kilgore, even without the glitch, was still, like, one of the best weapons in the first Bayo. But this game is balanced differently. And Bayonetta doesn't do too much damage by herself. You have to use her in conjunction with the Demon Slaves, and they're going to be the majority of your damage. I don't know if slow weapons are viable in this. I'm probably wrong on that, but just from playing the game a bunch, it seems like probably not too viable. I don't know. Almost everything is maxed out now. It's just what's left. The pillar, which I don't like using, it's too slow. The only good thing about the pillar is Gamora. You get Gamora with it. Gamora is pretty busted. It's like his basic beam that he does is really good because you just push the button and it stays out for a long time. And you can get a lot of meter back and do damage with her. This also, too, is like, this move is busted. It's like one of the best moves for the tall kaiju bosses. Because basically every laser he's doing is going to hit them. I've seen it take off like a health bar and a half by itself. It's really busted. From what I've seen so far, at least I haven't fully explored everything in this game yet, but having Gamora in one of your slots seems really good, just because he's a boss killer. Just the basic beam, which costs like barely any magic power, stays out for a long time, so I haven't used this yet. I think the aerial one out of his spines is probably better, but yeah, Gamora is probably better than the weapon he comes with. This thing is just way too slow. It's probably good for, like, speedruns. A casual play, it feels like, I don't know. Probably not too viable. I could be wrong. I'm not the authority on this game yet, but let's see what she's got. That's probably decent. Not as good as Gamora, though. Got the Monster Hunter attack right there. That's totally a Monster Hunter attack if I ever saw one. Or like a Giganto monster in Tails. They spam tail whips a lot. She seems decent, I guess. Ah, that might be useful. I'll have to go farm some more points before I max everything else out. Let's try the new weapon. Yeah, I'm only missing Rodan. I'm not strong enough to do that yet.
You go wild, but you take that shit too literal.
Yeah, this training mode sucks, though. DMC 5's is way better. This training mode is an embarrassment. It looks nicer, yes. functionality-wise, it's way worse. Only 2 enemies, they don't have infinite health. They really dropped the ball this training mode. I hope they'll improve it later. It's embarrassing, actually, how much worse it is. Where's the new one? There we go.
Time for a lesson. Now's your chance. Bulldog! Bulldog!
Do it.
Seize up! Roxo! Crunch it up!
There's also a lot less emphasis on wicked weaves in this game. That was kind of the problem with the first 2 games, is wicked weaves were too strong. Wicked weaves, Tetsuzanko was like the most broken stuff. It actually changed the way that the enemies react to attacks. You can pretty much almost every enemy you can juggle. So the combo system has more of a purpose, whereas before it was kind of just... It was nice to do, but there were too few enemies you couldn't do it to. And there was other stuff that did way more damage for less execution, less skill. It feels more balanced in that regard. The fact that you can juggle the big enemies is really cool, because that's usually taboo in any kind of action game. Even if you have a character that, you know, lore-wise could do it, you know, they could just juggle a big-ass demon like that, like they're that strong. It's like, they never really let you do that kind of thing in games. It's cool that they let you do it here. I actually think it's really fun. It doesn't feel like most other action games where as soon as you fight a big enemy, like, you just can't do any fun stuff to them. It feels way better here, I'd say. Actually, I gotta go back into training, and I'm gonna try to farm some money. Well, that's all that game let you do. It didn't let you do anything skill-wise. As the balance in that game is awful.
I would say go wild, but you take that shit.
The balance in Bayonetta 2 is dreadful. They did a much better job in this game, and people are complaining about Demon Slay, but it's a lot more involved. There's more skill involved. And there's a lot of different ways you can play, whereas Bayonetta 2, you can only really play the game one way. It got really boring and one-dimensional. I gotta set this up really quick.
Just don't fuck the place up too bad. Aight?
See if I can figure this out. I think you gotta, like, do that part, like, perfect. Might be good to put Celine's light on, actually. Just keep the witch time going. think that's stupid. It's even worse in this game. I'll explain this without the game making noise. There's two problems with doing pure platinum in this game. The first and foremost is the time ranking is very strict. There's a lot of old school Bayo players talking about this. Basically, the time rating for pure platinum is incredibly strict. So what that does is it shoehorns you into one playstyle, which is just spamming Wink Slave and Demon Slave attacks with big hitboxes to just kill stuff. Instead of like actually trying to style and show more skill, you have to do that. They give you like barely any time to do it. The other problem is the gimmick sections in this game are not just annoying minigames. They are annoying in minigames for sure. But the problem is, I'd say maybe more than half of them are auto-scrollers. So, for the purpose of doing something with no damage, an auto-scroller sucks even more than playing casually, because if you mess up at the end, you gotta do like 3 minutes of perfect gameplay again. And there's nothing that can control, you have no control over making it speed up. So a lot of people are saying fuck pure platinums in this game, but I always found it really frustrating. I felt like a lot of times I would play really well, but because I didn't do what the game wanted me to, I still would get a crap rating. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is like going to be one of the worst games in the series to go for that for. The combination of the really strict time rating, really shoehorning you into just doing as much damage as possible, instead of really showcasing your knowledge of the game mechanics, is a problem. And then the fact that the fucking stupid minigames still have medals and rankings and stuff too. And most of them are auto-scrollers. So have fun doing that. If you want to do a 3-minute auto-scroller without getting hit once, and if you mess up in the last 10 seconds, you have to do the whole thing perfect again. Be my guest. I'm not doing that. I'd like to hold on to what little sanity I have left. I'm not doing it. I'm sure someone else will do it, but you're not gonna find me doing it. I'm not doing that. That shit's gonna drive me up the wall. It's not even fun. It's just a chore. It's always been a chore. It's always been a chore. It's just even worse now. Yeah, a lot of the Bayo vets that have come back for this game as well. They're all pretty much saying the same thing. If you want to play this game for pure platinums, you should probably go seek professional help. You're already really limited by the time limit, but then this game also has auto-scrollers and stuff in it too, so with ranks, I don't need to tell you why that's bad. I hate the camera in this game, it's awful. Can't see anything. I feel like I die from the camera more than anything else in this game. The camera is unforgivably bad. Like, this camera just can't handle 2 kaiju on the screen and then a playable human-sized character. It's just like not designed for that at all. And it's like such a huge focus of the game. Like, how did you screw up the camera that bad? Yeah, there's a lot of times in this game you can't see anything. And it feels like it's not always your fault that you get hit. Because you're being forced to react to something that you literally can't see.
Here? And it's clearly been summoned. What else could possibly have... Perhaps our new friends will
If you would! Fly!
Lost your little secret.
John?
How much damage that did? It's nuts, man. Yeah, the camera and the ranking system and the minigames, the excessive minigames, are like objectively the worst things about this game. Everybody agrees on that. It's just the ranking system is not getting as much discussion. Just because most people don't care about that stuff anyway. But this is definitely the worst one. I try to do that in by far. Just because this game doesn't really adequately reward you for being stylish and playing well. It's more about just how fast you kill things. So it's more like a MMO kind of thing where it's all about efficiency. It's not like showing true mastery of the game mechanics. Just finding like the right things to do to just kill things fast. That's it. But then you also have all the auto-scrollers, so that just makes it worse. Because there's nothing shittier than dying in a fucking auto-scroller and having to do all that again. I'm sure somebody would be crazy enough to do it, but it's not gonna be me. I'm not doing that. Hell no. Hard pass. Let me see where to unlock the rest of the stuff. Maybe I'll try to get like one more thing and then we'll switch over to Star Ocean. Maybe Star Ocean or go back to more LNS. Let's see. The kaiju battles are cool, especially because I'm a tokusatsu fan. It's just they're not executed very well. In a game like this, you should feel that if you get hit, it's completely your fault. It shouldn't feel like you get hit because the camera is making it so you can't see what you're doing. And that's kind of the problem with this game. Like, yeah, you have this big kaiju on the screen, but because of the camera, I still can't see what it's doing. I get hit by things I can't control. I'm looking up, see if I can find it right now. Alright, there's one more I want to get, so I guess we'll go for that right now, and then I'll probably switch over to Star Ocean. Game's not pissing me off right now, because I'm not doing anything in the game that makes me upset, but I do want to play that a little bit tonight, so while there's still time, I should probably get to that soon. Alright. Let's just play this on easy. Let's just play it on easy. So I'm just not going to be actually completing the chapter. I'm just going to get the tears. Alright. I got a video up here. Oh, it shouldn't be too hard. It's because I have an alternate costume on.
come to see us off? If you're looking for a ride back home, you'll have to wait for the next one. The vermin
on, let me
don't
skip.
know when to quit.
If this device
Let me
is
skip.
damaged, we'll never be able to open the
Let
portal
me skip,
again.
please.
Doctor, you just keep
Is
working.
the skip not working?
John?
Skip! Because there's a QTE here, I can't skip this cutscene. Already seen it. As soon as the QTE is over, let me skip. Come on, why can't I skip this cutscene? Come on! Skip! Mashing the button that won't let me skip. Watch this fucking thing every time. Skip! Please, I don't want to watch this. Why do I have to watch this one in particular? Come on, skip! Have the decency to let me skip this fucking long-ass cutscene. Come on! Why can't I skip this cutscene? It's forcing me to watch it. This is so annoying. I just need to do one thing. It's like watching an ad break. Come on! I'm like mashing the button. Why the fuck don't they put the QT at the beginning so I can skip? I hate when games do this. Watch our art. No, I don't want to. Your story sucks. Let me play the actual game. Come on! Dude, what the fuck? Why can I not skip this? Come on, skip! Should be able to skip cutscenes immediately, especially in a game like this. Come on, how much longer is this gonna go on for? This game has like hours of cutscenes and the story is dreadful. I don't fucking care. I just wanna play the actual game. Skip. Skip! Come on! I can't stand cutscenes, man. Worst thing to happen to video games. Just make you watch shit like this, forced walking sections. Just let me play the game! If I want to watch a movie, I'll watch a movie.
Damn! The portal will close!
Xiaofi
Skip,
Baosa!
please! It's like fucking minutes of this. I can't skip it. Come on, get to the point. Mashing the button. I was just forced to watch this. Fucking finally, I get to play the game for like 5 minutes. Jeez, man. That's why I like playing beat-em-ups. There's no fucking cutscenes. Actually playing a video game. Not watching a movie. A bad movie at that. It's not even a good movie. It's because of that pole dancing QTE. I had to watch that entire cutscene. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Platinum. Thanks for respecting my time. I already watched it the first time. Get over yourselves. Especially if you're gonna have unlockables tied to it. Real dick move. Catching these things, it's always the worst part of these games. Why does it have to run from you? Come on! I never collected these things in the other games. It's like not fun. Not fighting anything, so it's boring. Oh, come on, I'm like right next to it. You have to be like fully colliding with its character model to hit it. These things are so annoying to get. Why do they have to tie good stuff to them? Better before when you got like nothing for doing it. It's like, yeah, I could just ignore this because it's boring. It's not like actual gameplay, it's just padding. Come on, you're like right next to it. Can't you grab it? Stand like right next to the thing and she doesn't want to grab it. These things are so annoying to get. What's the purpose of this? Just make a boss or something. Actually playing the game, not just running around in circles. There's enough cutscenes in this game already. What's the fastest way to do this? Does anybody know? Well, I never bother with these in the other games. It's just annoying. Not even really playing. You're just running around in circles until the game decides that you can catch it, even though you're right fucking next to it all the time. It's like your character model is like one polygon. Come on, catch the thing! I hate this so much. I need to give you a cheat code to just unlock these, because this is not even fighting anything. The only fucking reason to play this is to fight stuff. Shit like this just detracts from the experience. Just catch the thing, come on! I think there's a way that you can... Fuck the photo mode, I hate that. I push that button and I get stuck in that and I can't get out. I think this can force witch time or something.
Bullseye! Letna!
Do it.
How do I make this just go into the witch time so I can actually play the video game? Not do this stupid fetch quest. Which one? Come on, catch the thing. You're like right next to it like 50 times. This is so stressful. It's like, why? No, I don't want that. Put the witch time on so I can catch this stupid collectible item. Is this fucking Banjo-Kazooie? The thing runs when you're anywhere near it. Just catch it. You can play the actual game instead of this shit. Ah. I hate this so much. Just catch it. Just fucking kill it. I don't know why they keep putting this in Bayonetta games. It's not fun. It's stressful and annoying. Serves no purpose. wants you to actually play the game. It wants you to waste time with stupid shit. There's not enough gimmicks in this game already. Shove this down my throat. There we go. Alright, where's the next one? I hate collecting these things so
An
much.
adorable new friend.
The only thing that makes it viable is not annoying is the tower. Video's going too fast for me. Where are you, fucker? Please don't waste any more of my time. Of course, the thing just disappears somehow.
Trying to lead me on?
No, that's the third one. Where's the second one? Better be able to go back. There we go. Alright, that makes those a lot less annoying to get.
Having an outdoor recital?
Let's leave. So I don't have to do any minigames. Minigames are my kryptonite. Alright. It's basically how I'm gonna play this game. As soon as I get stuck in a minigame or auto-scroller, I just quit out. Fuck doing those again. I forgot I still have it on easy. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get this done. Great camera, by the way. Got a full frontal of Gamora's ass. Great. I can't even see the boss. Completely obstructed. I don't even know how they can fix this camera. I don't even know if it's feasible to fix it, but they need to do something. That's the other thing that sucks about trying to do, like, high rankings in this game, is you can get screwed over by the camera a lot. And it sucks when that happens, because this is supposed to be a skill-based game, but the camera kind of goes against that. Sometimes the camera will just decide to zoom in on the demon's ass instead of, like, something you actually need to see to play the game properly.
If you would! Right on time. Try to keep up.
Okay, so let me see which other ones are worth getting. This guy's uploads are really good. It's called No Nonsense Guides. It's like here's how to do it. No clickbait. It's just like, look, here it is. Like, sure. I'm cool with that. Where do I get Pulley's butterfly? I don't know how useful Pulley's butterfly will be in this game because they don't penalize you for using healing items. It kind of makes it less viable. It's Bayonetta 1, you couldn't really use healing items, and then they took away witch time on the hardest difficulty.
Never hurts to review.
Let's see, did I get it? Yeah, I did. Earring of Time. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty useful. Let me look at the rest of the accessories. What else is there? I might try to get one more, and then I kind of wanna get some Star Ocean in tonight.
The basics of breaking it.
There's somebody here. The algorithm recommended me a small channel that puts up like high-level gameplay like I do, and this guy's got pure platinum on the prologue. I'm like, yeah, it's viable to do it there because there's no mini games, but I know somebody's gonna be a masochist and try to do it on the other ones. I know somebody's gonna do that. Gonna do that same 20 FPS minigame, and if they get touched once, then they go back and do it again. And it's an auto-scroller, so have fun with that. I'd like to not drive myself insane. I'd like to keep what mental health I have left. It was already a fucking tumor to do that before, but now it's just even worse. me see. I kind of think having the Moon of Mahakala and the Bracelet of Time is like enough. The other stuff is fun, but it's like nowhere near as practical. What else do I have in here to unlock? Let me see if there's anything. Maybe I'll just try to get one of those
Gates of Hell.
and stop for tonight. Masquerade Rage attacks, that seems like a waste of money because you barely use it. You only have 2 slots, so some of this stuff is not... Some of this stuff is not too practical to use. Let's see. I'm trying to find a guide that has all of them. Maybe I'll go for like one more tonight. Evil Harvest Rosary is in this game too. That's interesting. It's like you really only needed that. You used that in the first game because on the Rodan fight and hardest difficulty, it took away Witch Time. But now that they realize it's kind of stupid to take away a core game mechanic away from you, I don't know how practical that is to use. It's cool that they put it in, and it's a cool throwback to, like, people like me who... I didn't grow up with the games. I was already in my 20s when the first one came out, but... people have been around since the beginning. It's nice to have them, but... I think because of the changes they've made over the games, it's like, I don't really see why I would use that. Especially Witch Time is really powerful in this game, because it allows you to queue up the monster attacks uninterrupted. I think I'm good with that for now. Harvest Rosary sounds useless. That was like a saving grace in the first game, was, you know, you didn't have Witch Time anymore, so... At least when you were just dodging, you're still getting something for doing it, but... Now it's kinda just... use it for nothing. Alright, do we want to do anything else on this tonight? I'm leaning towards no. Leaning towards no. That's good enough progress for today, I think. I'm going to be busy doing stuff tomorrow. I'll try to get out an overview for this soon. We've already beaten the game. It's mostly just unlockables at this point. I don't think you get anything for doing the hardest difficulty either, or getting all the achievements. Wonder if somebody's gonna get pure platinum on all those auto-scrollers and then you get nothing for it. I would snap the cartridge in half if I did that. Like, you're gonna make me do these bunk-ass mini-games like 30 times throughout the playthrough and then not give me anything for doing it? I'm like, yeah, I would put the game in a trash compactor. I would be pissed, but I know better than to do stuff like that. I don't like to do things that are just gonna piss me off. Let's see how this stuff works, actually. Try this out.
Blown away! Fire! Too late! Block off! Block off!
So one thing I should mention, there's no spoilers by the way, the spoiler warning is over. I won't talk about the spoilers anymore unless somebody mentions it. If you go to the store page for this game, it mentions in-game purchases. Obviously this is not a service game, there's no loot boxes or anything. So that can mean one thing. They are going to add DLC to this game. I don't know what. I hope they're smart with it and they don't try to fix the story. I think just like they should just make this the ultimate Bayonetta game. They should have like all the old weapons brought back. They brought back a couple of them, but just like bring them all back. Sell them to me for like $10. Give me like 3 in a pack for like $7. I think that's fair. And like make them really unique. Because, you know, the weapons in the first game are like really cool in concept, but they were very, very simple. Just add like more weapons and more demons. Maybe like more modes. I think that would be really cool. That'd be like the best way that they could expand upon this game. With the way, I will say one thing, and this isn't really a spoiler. They couldn't really add on to this game's story much anyway, so I'm going to assume that's what they're going to do. Probably just have like weapon packs or something. I'm pretty excited if that's the case. I just don't know what else they can really add to this game. Just give me like all the weapons back from 1 and 2. And just add them over like the course of a year or something. I hope they're smart with the DLC and they don't have like, hey, here's a new boss and an alternate ending. I'm like, great, well, you know, I could just watch that online. That's not going to extend the life of the game at all. It'll get people excited for like the 10 minutes it takes to watch the cutscene and beat the boss. They should add like more practical stuff to the game. I think more weapons would be really cool. They should also add some way to keep using the money as well. They should add, like, buffs or something. I think that would be really cool, because I'm quickly approaching the point where the money is going to be, all the currencies are going to be useless. Maybe something to use it on, like, buffs.
Block off! Block off!
Finished already. I'll take it. But I feel much.
Finish them!
Now's your chance.
You've been naughty. Get me out of your system!
was really slow. Minigames just managed to not get hit by any of that magic shrinking hitboxes. They just became bullet hell characters. Like 1 pixel in their stomach. I don't know about that one, but playing pretty good right now.
Nearly nodded off.
Damn, under a minute. Nice. That was a pretty good run. I'm glad they have this at least. There's no minigames or auto-scrollers to be found here. Oh, platinum rank. Not bad. Nice.
Just as I expected.
That was fun. That's pretty short, too. Huh. Yeah, the earring of time seems pretty good. Made that a lot more bearable. I think I'm done with this game for tonight, though. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Star Ocean. I kinda neglected that game because this came out like literally the same day, and I only have so much hours in the day. I have my other caregiving job. I'm over there like 5-6 hours a day, usually 6 days a week. So I could play this over there as well. that helped this game's case for sure. I can't play Star Ocean over there until I get a Steam Deck. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and switch games. Yeah, it seems like the best way for me to make content of this game is the reverse NX overclocking and then the capture card. Seems like it's the smoothest I can get it. I tried it on the emulator with my dump and it doesn't work well. Something wrong with the emulator or something. So until that's fixed, I can't do that just yet, but we'll look into that at a later date. Alright. Yeah, that's why my title is Terrifying Performance Issues, Stuttering, and Minigames, because Bayonetta runs really poorly unless you use emulator or you play the way I am, which is combining a bunch of hacks to like make it run better. And then the stuttering part is from Star Ocean 6 because that PC port is not great. It stutters a lot. especially when you're in town and stuff. It's really awkward. The port is pretty shitty. And the mini games part is referencing Bayonetta, of course. 'Cause that's been my gaming life this past week, is just dealing with games I enjoy playing, but either the performance sucks on both of them. All right. That poor Switch just can't run that game. I feel bad for Platinum. They're getting a lot of hate for the way that the game runs. I'm like, you try making a character action game on a console that has like 4 gigs of RAM and like a mobile chipset from like 2015. But Nintendo's hardware sucks. That's what they have to work with. The fact that it works at all is a miracle. It's just the problem is they didn't compromise their vision making that game at all. They made the game that they wanted to. It's just not the game that the Switch can run. That's the problem. They didn't strip down that game at all for the Switch, which is a blessing and a curse, because it does feel like the stakes of the battles and stuff have like really gone up a lot, but the Switch is like struggling to run it. I can barely run the game. But that's kind of the problem when you try to up the ante on everything and you're on crappy hardware that can't handle it. At least the game runs uncapped, so whenever the next Switch comes out, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. It should run a lot better. It's already running on emulator, but you need a pretty beefy computer to run it. I tried to record it earlier and I couldn't do it. I'll have to see if there's a way I can fix that, but it's good enough on console for now. I fought over that game too much. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. Let's just play the game the way I can.
Though our curiosity is undoubtedly piqued, let us press on to Maester Midas's residence.
My god, the stuttering! I don't know if I want to play this game right now. It stutters so much. Why can't they make a fucking good PC port for once? I'm getting tired of this, man. Just want a video game to just work when I fucking buy it. Like,
We're here.
I'm getting sick of this. Stuttering makes me sick.
You too? Wait outside.
Fix your fucking game already.
Maester.
They haven't even made a
This isn't
statement
show.
on, like, fixing
they will
it.
only get in the way.
Like, yeah, your
Or are
port
you
sucks
so
balls.
unmanned
Fix
by a
it.
doctor, you need your mistress
Paid
to
$50
hold
for
your hand.
this.
Hate to interrupt, but I happen to be a semiomancer too. See? You won't even notice me. Promise. I just want to watch. Whatever tech you used for that arm could help a lot more people, you know?
Fine, but not a word from you.
Hey, you mind looking after Duma? Don't want it bumping into Midas while he's trying to do his thing.
Of course.
Duma, keep her out of trouble. Got it?
kill you to make a port that doesn't stutter? I'm getting sick of this.
I confess.
Another of Midas.
Lago.
Yep. Would do it myself.
Adorable. Did Maester Felgreed create this?
Oh, sure did.
I might have to wait until they patch this game. I want to play it, but the stuttering is really annoying. Game doesn't even support above 60 FPS, which is stupid. That's part of the reason why it stutters. My GPU is under like barely any load right now. Could probably run this at like 120 at least. It would look a lot better, but Japan just can't make a good PC port. Locked at 60 FPS in 2022. Come on.
Well, what news?
Should have an uncapped frame rate.
My pleas for appeals fell on deaf ears.
What do I care about that? I speak of your arm. Will it heal?
Right. Of course. He tells me I will lose all use of it within the year.
But surely he can craft for you a new one, right?
He may once have been able to, yes, but that was 14 years ago. Highness!
Maester Felgreed, I throw myself upon your mercy. I beg you, create a new prosthesis.
Only on current
You know
gen.
my answer.
Nice to have a base PS4 and fuck playing anything on that thing. I hate the PS4.
And I swear by all my
Runs every game like garbage. I haven't turned it on in months. I can't stand that thing. They pretty much only game on PC and mobile right now. Switch.
I confess that was not my aim at first.
I'm not buying
But
anything
now-
for the PS4 ever again.
Now I'm here for no
Shit, if the
other
game had a
purpose
Switch
than to
version,
see
I could
my
run it
dearest
better on there
friend
with
well at
emulator.
last. I entreat you, Maester. Help him.
The materials I'd need were lost to your kingdom 14 years ago. Nothing short of time travel can see that prosthetic of his made new.
This cannot be.
This is the best I can offer him now. I was warned that the arm mightn't last into adulthood, so I prepared this just in case. With some adjustments, it should provide you with more than enough mobility to lead an ordinary life. But not one of knighthood.
Still, that's a fancy piece of gadgetry. How's it powered?
For no semiomancer, you're quite perceptive.
Busted.
It's plain to see there's no semiomantic connection between you and your orb, and yet still it heeds your command. I confess I've never seen anything like it. How does it work?
That's the million-fall question, isn't it? Sure would be great if you could help us answer it, though.
You think I'll be cozened by such tricks?
Come on, man. If this kingdom goes down, it's taking you with it.
If Asarius' fate rests entirely on my shoulders, then they deserve what's coming.
Maester!
End of discussion. However, I've a responsibility to see to your arm, one I won't neglect. Anything beyond that is none of my concern.
As you wish.
No, Highness.
I have witnessed firsthand how much this village has come to rely upon you. I cannot in good conscience deprive these people of your services. I ask only that you provide Albert with the care he so rightly deserves.
Wow.
Distress signal received. Distress signal received.
Huh?
Confirmed. Edis affiliated. Escape craft. Entering current orbit. Analyzing call signal. Executive Officer Elena on board.
Already? But how? Something's wrong.
Who speaks? And what's that map?
Not now. Elena? Elena, come in!
Ray, my escape craft has just entered Aster 4's gravitational field. But the attitude control systems can't be operated manually. Deceleration is impossible. Here are my projected landing coordinates.
Got it. See you soon. And stay safe, okay?
I will certainly try. Over.
What the heck was that?
Sorry, guys, but something came up. Gonna need to leave you for a bit.
Over my dead body.
This is serious!
I'm aware. So why then think to go off alone?
Maester Felgreed, I'm afraid we must leave you for now. Albert and I have sworn to assist Ray in locating his companions. Where he goes, so must we. However, upon our return, I would ask that you tend to Albert's arm. Ray, let's hurry.
Thanks.
Like how people are complaining that it's spoiled. I saw a thread of someone was complaining
She's coming in too hot.
that it was
I'm
spoiled
sorry.
that she's a playable
She's
character.
landed
I'm
in
like, dude,
treacherous
she's
terrain.
in the trailer.
It's beyond our help.
You see her in the trailer
She
doing
survived it
Fists
all.
of Fury from Star Ocean 3,
it.
like.
Um,
And plus, this is like 3 hours into the game.
you
It's not
mean
like
to
it's
get
this
to that meeting?
massive spoiler
Then
that like
follow me.
ruins the story for you.
Thanks, man.
I'm only like
I owe
3.5 hours
You
into
are
this
good
game.
to help us, Maester. Thank you.
Less
I
than
did
that,
this for my
actually.
village,
Probably about 3,
not for
barely.
you.
I'm like, dude, they show her punching shit in the trailer. Obviously, she's a playable character.
Keep telling yourself that.
Not even, like, remotely and far in the game. People
The
get too
meteorite
bent out of
likely
shape
fell
about
near the
spoilers.
Galactic
I'm like,
Shrine.
just don't use the internet
It's
if it
not
bothers
very
you that
far from
much.
the village. Come this way.
I avoided spoilers for Metroid Dread. You know how I did that? I just didn't look at anything for that game.
If we're all set, let's
This
hurry over
stuttering
to
is
Elena.
getting on my
We can leave
nerves. I
through
might
the
have to
western
stop
gate.
playing this. They need to fix this game. Very disappointed. Another shitty PC port from Japan. Japan wonders why people shit on their games so much. It's like, well, if you took PC seriously, I don't have a new console. I have a PC perfectly capable of running games just
Follow
fine.
the side road until you reach the shrine. Be quick about it.
Could have no problems running this game at all with a computer of my caliber. No, my computer's like slightly above mid-range.
Warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
No use!
Destroyed.
It's just weird how people are so anal about spoilers, and they still use YouTube and Twitter. I'm like, dude, you're asking for it if you're on there. If you're so worried about the spoilers, then don't be online, don't watch streams, don't go on YouTube,
The
because
structure in the center
some
is the
asshole with a
Galactic
clickbait
Shrine.
thumbnail is going to
See
spoil
where
it
it
for
leads.
you anyway.
Warning.
It's not a difficult concept to grasp. Metroid Dread, I watched only, I watched like the first like 2 hours of the game, and that was it. Just to see if I was gonna like it. That's all I did. I didn't do any more than that. That's kind of what's necessary. Fortunately, that game had a garbage story, so it didn't matter, but I still did it. I avoided spoilers. I had no idea what was going to happen at the end of that game. It's completely blind. It's still possible, you just have to have some fucking self-control, like... frame rate in towns is awful. Fix your game, please. I'm so sick of this, man. Buying, like, full-priced games. They don't fucking work. It's getting so annoying. Come on, take PC seriously for once in your life. God, this is a slideshow. At least say that you're gonna fix it. I might have to hold off on playing this. The frame rate's making me sick. I'm getting really annoyed. Fix your fucking game. I'm getting tired of this. Seriously. Pay full price. Pay a premium to have a gaming PC and the games run worse.
Please excuse
It's unacceptable. Fix your game already. It's been like a week.
No.
At least say that you're gonna work on it.
That was surprisingly fast. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. Now, by mixing this with that, now I've got my hands full. Hold your horses, Buster. Did I say you could leave? It would stain the vineyard name if I let you leave without getting your reward. Did you forget what I said? I will now.
I might have to put this game on the back burner until they fix it. I'm getting tired of the frame rate. The computer should be able to run this at like 120 FPS, but it runs like garbage. They don't care to even acknowledge that there's a problem. I'm getting really tired of that. I'm selling me this game at full price. Make it act like it's a full price game. Fix the problem.
I'm appointing you as my personal scavenger. I'll use this to give you a little ring when I need you again, and when I do, you get your butt here right away. Capiche?
Yes, that is fine.
Splendid! And if you bring me
They can't even make this engine run above 60 FPS. Like, come on, man. At least for the PC port. That would fix a lot of the problems right there. This game's got like triple buffered VSync, so that means if it drops below 60 FPS, it feels like it's 30. It's just straight garbage.
What is it? Wait, does this fine by me? What is it? Wait, fine by me?
I hope the Valkyrie Elysium port is going to be good. That'll probably be shitty too. So I want to buy that game, play that game next, but I have a feeling it's going to run like shit.
The structure in the center is the Galka Shrine. Let's see what awaits us inside.
Probably be like barely playable like this is.
Insufficient action.
Admit defeat! No quarter!
No, this game is hard-coded to run at 60, and it has triple buffered VSync, which just makes the stuttering worse. Because if the engine goes below 60, it feels like it's running at 30.
Son of a... Elena!
Need some assistance? Albert, take the other side. We three ought to suffice.
One Piece Part Warriors 3 also has triple buffered VSync. Like the game drops frames even a little bit, it looks really choppy.
Status.
Right leg and left arm have sustained heavy damage. Neural circuitry offline in both right hand and left leg. Servo drive is non-functional at the moment. Current power is being supplied from reserve energy source. In maintenance mode, I have, at most, 56 hours remaining. Advanced processing functions are also limited, preventing movement.
Right. How can I help?
Due to depleted energy levels, I will be unable to perform repairs myself. Furthermore, I can no longer salvage the parts I need from this damaged craft.
Crap. So what are we supposed to do?
Take me offline and destroy me. It is imperative that we prevent our technology from falling into the hands of anyone here.
Are you crazy? What kind of captain would I be if I told my crew to start offing themselves?
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good.
There's another way out of this. I know it.
It's just people didn't like it because it's not an RPG, and I'm like, well, you realize there hasn't been a single Valkyrie profile game that's the same as the last one, right? They're all completely different. The most similar is the first two, but
well,
even then they're drastically
you
different.
certainly pick very convenient times to start talking.
It's not really that out of the ordinary for them to make a character action game out of Valkyrie profile.
And thank you for deciding
The
to
first
pop up
two
now,
are
because
similar,
you're
yes,
absolutely right.
but the battle systems are completely different.
My escape pods barely sustained any
The first
damage.
one is just like turn-based
Think
with
that'd
unique
work for you,
combat
Elena?
system.
I don't see why not.
Hello.
So long as you can collect enough of what I need. I should be able to restore my motor control systems to previous output levels. Here, this should be everything.
Thanks. You go into maintenance mode. Save your energy best you can. Just keep a comm channel open for me, got it?
Understood.
Ray, I take this to mean we are returning to the site of your ship?
You mind? It's kinda out of the way.
It may be, but we do not...
True then, that you have another one just like it.
Now, my pod is hidden in the Larkus wheel. It's a little bit of a trek, but one worth taking.
Pod is what it's called then. Are they different from meteorites?
Well, I guess from down here, they're technically the same. Anyway, I'll explain what they are in more detail later.
Oh man, sex find XYZ, man, I'm so horny right now. I'm gonna click on that link right now.
We may also want to consider stopping in the
Man, they're waiting here? Wow! Wow, let me just put my number in right now. Yeah, tell them. Where are they? Sex find. They're in my area right now? Wow. What a coincidence. I'm so excited. Fucking porn bots. They're in my area right now. They're right outside. They're waiting. They've got cloaking devices like the Predator. They're like the Predator, they just appear. I'm gonna have to shelve this game until they fix this stuttering. Stuttering is unacceptable. Why does this game run so badly? Come on, Japan, get your shit together. So annoying. I want to play this game. I'm having fun playing it, but the port sucks. Like, fix your fucking game already. I'm getting so tired of this. Put more than, like, 10 minutes and your, like, new intern into your PC ports, please. I'm getting really tired of it. I can't even be bothered to, like, increase the frame rate.
Ray, hold a moment. By the looks of it, someone has stolen the march on us.
Friends of yours?
Not sure. I don't think so.
Who's there?
Well, that certainly answers my question.
Move it or lose it, jerks! We don't have time for this!
Initiate emergency protocol. Acceleration. Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low. Destroyed.
Come on, this stupid stuttering! Come on, it ruins this combat system. Why can't I just buy a game and just have it work anymore? It's always broken like this. It's getting on my nerves. Fix your fucking game. It's like they don't even care. Wonder why this game's not selling. Is because the port sucks.
Retreat!
Fix it.
Something fishy's going on. How were they able to control the pod like that? Come to think of it, how'd they even figure out it was here in the first place?
It's like Bayonetta runs like
Rather
shit,
than
and so does this
contemplate
game.
Unanswerable questions. I would advise that you focus instead on the expedient retrieval of the components the android requires.
Hey, Elena, can you hear me?
Yes.
We found the pod. Just tell us what you need, and we'll get to cutting.
Understood. First, remove the pilot seat. Behind it, you should find a panel. Open it.
We get to dismantle it. Excellent.
What? Someone's excited.
I have never seen this level of craftsmanship. What tools could produce anything with such impressive detail?
Uncle Midas, work now, ask later.
Next, I will need you to obtain the parts necessary to replace my Symbo drive unit. This will require the removal of the pod's generator. When it's removed, you will be unable to make any more long-range subspace communications.
Roger that. Let me call my brother real quick then. See if I can't get him to hurry it up a little. Computer, get me Antonio Lawrence.
Unable to establish connection.
What? Fine, then try my dad. Get me Raul Lawrence.
Unable to establish connection. Long-range subspace communication. May be unable to reach the Vergold system at this time.
What the hell?
Ray, listen. So long as you're stranded here, you can't afford to lose your lines of communication. My recovery will have to wait.
Sorry, but my captain's intuition is telling me otherwise. We're getting you patched up, whether you like it or not.
But...
My brother's already on his way, plus Chloe's still out there. And how am I supposed to save her without you, huh? You gotta trust me on this one, okay? Everything will be fine.
Understood. Using the parts you salvaged, you'll need to begin by repairing my circuitry, followed by both my arm and hand. At which point I should be recovered enough to repair the remainder of my body myself. Estimated time until completion, 72 hours.
Okay?
That's about the time I expected it would take. Leticia, I know this kind of derails things, but you cool to wait around?
Of course. But Albert and I shall make the most of it. There is little doubt that many in the region witnessed the descent of Elena's craft. We will find out what they make of it. And we may discover the identity of those we caught snooping about your ship.
I don't know.
It is not without its dangers, I grant you. But if there are more of those men out there, it may affect Elena's chances at recovery.
That's true, but it's a lot to ask.
Where friends are concerned, it is a trifle.
Count me in too! You guys will need a healer on hand in case Albert's arm starts acting up again, right?
Your company would be a boon indeed. If my suspicions are correct and those men are with the Empire, then we will need all the help we can get.
We will return to the shrine 3 days hence. Elena should be on her feet by then.
Okay.
So, quick question. Who is Ray exactly?
If only I knew.
Wait, so does anyone know who he is?
We know only what he tells us, that he comes from beyond the stars, some such.
Beyond the stars?
I admit, we were hard-pressed to believe it as well, but after all we have borne witness to...
So, is that orb a similar deal? Is it from beyond the stars too?
It was cargo on Ray's ship, although he is just as mystified by it as we are.
So many questions.
And no answers. In any event, the fewer people who know about all of this, the better. To that end, Let us find out just how far the rumors of Elena's craft have spread.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I think it's better that I wait to play this until either even fucking acknowledge that there's a problem, because they haven't yet. We've made no acknowledgement that they put out another shitty $60 port. Or try to find a way to fix the stuttering, because it sucks in that game because of the triple buffered VSync. I'm not being nitpicky. I don't care if the game drops frames sometimes. I've played games that run worse than that, but the stuttering really bothers me. It disorients my eyes. It makes it really shitty to play. I'll have to look and see if there's a way that I could fix it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there, actually. I might come back later and play some Bayo or Final Fight LNS Ultimate, or, like, start one of the other games I bought. I would rather play Star Ocean when it doesn't run like garbage. I don't know when or if that will happen. Thankfully, I didn't pay full price for it. I'm enjoying it so far, but the port is really bothering me, and I'm stuck with it. I can't refund it. Yeah, I'm getting really tired of this from Japan. Japan makes the games that resonate with me and the games I want to play, but they don't know how to make a PC port. And they keep putting out garbage ones. I can play, like, other games on this same computer at, like, 144 FPS, and this game can barely hold 60. Something's seriously wrong with it. Their port sucks. So I might play more Bayonetta than I thought. I kind of wanted to split time between the two games, but honestly, with the tweaks I made to Bayonetta, it's running better than Star Ocean, which is laughable because it's on the Switch of all things. I have a 3070 in this computer. Like, that game should not be, like, dropping any frames at all, but it's such a garbage port. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I think I'm gonna have a snack. It's not even midnight yet for me. I might come back in a little bit. No promises. If I do, I don't really want to start another. I have another RPG to play. I have Destiny Remake as well. I might play some more of that. I got a couple, like, shorter games to try out, so I'm sorry to the people who wanted Star Ocean, but that port is really bad. There's, like, nothing I can do about it. I'll do some research tonight and see if I can fix it, but it seems to be getting progressively worse, so... You know what? Let me see. I actually can check if they're working on a patch. I know of a way to check. Let's see. I'll stop shit-talking the port if they prove that they're actually working on a fix for it. Let's see. No, they're not working on a fix at all. There's nothing on the Steam database that indicates that they're working on a port, so... Yep. It's probably going to stay like that. It's been a while. There's no evidence in here of them working on a port. You can go on Steam database to, like, look at games, and you can see if they're working on a patch before they announce it. But it's been almost a week, and there's nothing. There's not even any kind of patch being worked on here, so I think it's just a garbage port. Oh. Alright, folks, I'm going to take a break. I think I need to eat something, drink some water, take my meds, and then if I got any more IRL stamina, we'll come back and we'll play something else. I might play some Destiny Remake, I might play some more LNS Ultimate, or Bayo 3, so those games work. Star Ocean, it does work, but barely. I don't really want to deal with all that stuttering. It's not okay. I'll see you guys later. Later tonight, most likely.